John Moxley, Cesaro. Way before Gargano, there was Savage and Roddy. And Saturdays on NBC, these five guys on Facebook are gonna take a hard look. Recount Thursday brings to you the wrestler of the week.
Okay, now we're on some sort of a track. Week 17 in pro wrestling history. You know what?
We're on a track.
History started after WrestleMania.
Yes, it did. It 100% did. You know, it was like everything pre-WrestleMania 37, and then like this is, that was like BC, and now this is like AD. Week 17 in our Wrestler of the Week standings. Anybody wanna kick us off for the week?
Ryan, do you want to go first?
Yeah, Ryan, why don't you go?
This is where I'm going to get shitty. It starts right now with my number one wrestler of the week, Gage Goldberg.
Why is that, Jim? Why is that?
Because Gage kept his shirt on, and that's good enough in my book to be number one in all of pro wrestling this week. Thank you. Number two is Reggie, the guy that holds the 24/7 strap. Yeah, he does cool flippy doos, and that makes Ryan happy. Number three, Shanky. Shanky's wrestled on Raw like 3 weeks in a row. How the fuck does that happen? Good enough to be number three wrestler in Ryan's book. WWE plays stupid games. Now I have to play stupid games. Gage Goldberg, Reggie the 24 guy, and Shanky.
I mean, you know, and I know this is shocking for me to say this. You know, there's other wrestling programs.
Shanky has a WWE contract, and the Fiend Bray Wyatt does not.
We'll get
Take
there.
There's other shit elsewhere.
No.
Shanky has got to be the most lucky guy in all of professional wrestling.
So why isn't he your number one?
Because Gage Goldberg kept his shirt on, and that's enough for number one.
This week, anyway.
You know,
This week. Shanky may be number one next
Goldberg?
week.
there's plenty of weeks
How
between
old was
now.
he last time we saw him when he took his shirt off and he had the little fat kid body? He's 5 years older.
Tim, did you imagine when you came to us with this idea that multiple weeks Ryan would just take a huge shit on this
Why
entire
do you
segment?
think I'm taking a shit on this. This is real. Kim even asked me, "Are these your real?" Yeah, of course they're my real picks.
I mean, I got yelled at
They
for
were featured on the most watched wrestling program of the week. All three of these. More eyes were on these three than AEW, Impact Wrestling.
Wow. Impact Wrestling's your measuring stick.
Goldberg.
there
Gage
might
Goldberg
be there
is
might
15.
there might be more people watching this 3 Count Thursday than
Don't be like that, Jim.
I watched pretty much all Olympics. I've never watched a minute of the equestrian, but I feel like there's more people that watch that than Impact.
I was watching water polo the other day. That shit's crazy.
That's entertaining.
water
That
polo is
really is.
entertaining.
You can't put your feet on the bottom of the pool. My ass would drown.
Artistic swimming. I was watching at lunchtime this week.
It's actually called artistic.
Yes, it's
swimming.
no longer synchronized swimming. They have changed the name to artistic swimming.
And they showed
No
like an
funny.
underwater show.
That shit is unfucking real. Unreal. Like I don't know I can hold my breath for as long as they have their like top halves of their body underwater. Like I just, and I'm not going to try, so don't ask me.
Yeah, I mean that's not for me either, but the amount of athleticism that goes into that event is just insane.
It's absurd. It's absurd. Like it's
And all of those athletic people, none of them have a WWE contract, but fucking Shanky does.
You know of.
Well, that's true.
I'm sure of it.
I was watching race walking earlier today.
The one girl that won gold in I forget the weight class for wrestling did say in her sofa interview that she wants to be signed. So we might have the next Kurt Angle coming through.
There you go. So there was Ryan's 3. Anybody want to go next?
I can.
Go ahead, Tim.
I just never like to go after Ryan.
I can. I'm gonna give an honorable mention, and he's on there for the wrong reasons. But Bobby Eaton, fantastic wrestler, passed away. Very sad to hear that. I've watched some of his old stuff today. Big reminder as to why he's so great. 3, 2, 1. Christian Cage for becoming the new #1 contender to the All Elite Wrestling Championship held by Kenny Omega. Number 2, the boss, Sasha Banks, making a return on Friday Night SmackDown and injecting herself back into the SmackDown Women's Championship scene. Number 1, no-brainer.
You're ridiculous. I fucking love that.
I didn't even do that on purpose. I'm literally.
That is my favorite thing you've ever said on this show.
I'm literally too
That
sleepy.
is right there.
I'm too sleepy to know that I made that joke.
That was great.
But if the shoe fits.
That's good. I like
Cool.
that.
Thank you.
And number one, of
Injected.
course, Malachi Black, doing what everyone in the internet wrestling community, not in Jacksonville, Florida, wanted him to do, which was send Cody Rhodes home. Congratulations.
Right on the button. As JR said,
pow, right in the kisser.
40 times before the show went off the air. Anybody want to attempt to do intern Marks with his funny nicknames? Since intern Mark is not with us. Number 3, he had Johnny Gargano.
John Boy.
John Boy. Number 2, in Indy Hartwell.
I don't know anybody.
So you have what, Johnny Wrestling and Indie Wrestling? We can play that game.
There we go.
Johnny and Indie Wrestling. Yep.
Johnny Wrestling, Indie Wrestling, and Mariachi Black.
There we go. There's Mark's 3. Matt, you want to go with yours?
Although good for Indy Hartwell.
Yeah.
I love the kiss. Warm my chest. Not enough for my top 3.
I will go because that one did make my top 3 as number 3. I thought that was one of the better moments in wrestling this weekend or week overall. So Indy Hartwell was number 3. Sasha Banks, number 2. Huge pop on the return, and then she did the instant heel turn, which is where she works best. I think we can all agree. Much better as a heel than a face. And then number 1, Malachi Black for winning against Cody for now until he gets buried in a month and a half. No, I'm just kidding.
Right when Cody returns at All In and All Out or whatever it is, and just buries the crap out of him. Oh, here we're gonna try this again. I'm gonna try this again. All right, let's.
You thought I was going?
Mark, are you with us?
I think so. Can you hear me now?
We can.
Yeah, we can hear you really well.
Serious.
We can. Yes.
And Tim's here.
And Tim is here. Yes.
Tim.
I made the run in.
Tim made the run in. So Mark,
Gotta be Tim.
do you want to give us your, even though we already saw them, do you want to read them off, your 3 wrestlers of the week?
We're up to the wrestler of the week already. Is that how we're?
Yeah, we're cruising.
We're powering through.
Moving right along.
Well, I'll be. All right, I better go quickly. So number 1. So we start with 1 or 3.
Whichever you want to do, Mark.
All right, let's do. So number 1, I put down that. What's his name? Black Malachi. I think it is Malachi. Black. He beat that Cody Rhodes this week. Was that last week?
That was this week. That was last night.
Last night. Okay. I just. Sometimes you get a little forgetful.
Yeah.
So then that Indy Hartwell over there in NXT. I really like what she's doing. I really like it. I like that story. I like her. I like NXT. And so she's my number 2. And then I have Johnny Wrestling, or Johnny Gargano, I believe is his name, as my number 3. He beat that blonde gentleman with the tattoos.
Yeah. Awesome.
Something about Lewis.
Great.
Dexter Lewis.
Great.
That's my number 3.
All right, my 3. I have a guy who desperately needed a win on Monday Night Raw and got one. Keith Lee. Good to see him back in the win column for the first time in years, it feels like. Number 2, the man who number 2 in the AEW rankings, I believe, is in line for a title shot. Maybe getting one soon here. Christian Cage. And, doing the Lord's work. Number 1, Malachi Black. Bye-bye, Cody, at least for now. Those are my 3. Tim, where does that leave us for the week, for the year?
Well, for the week, I don't want to bury the lead here, but Gage Goldberg is now on the points tally for Wrestler of the Year with showings like this. Thanks to Ryan's first place nomination for Gage Goldberg. He is
Kept his shirt on.
in third. He's 15 years old. He can keep his shirt on for 3 more years. At number 1, we have Malachi Black receiving all of the other first place votes. Sasha Banks second with 6, and Christian Cage and Indy Hartwell split the final place for the week with 4 points collectively. How that breaks down: Christian and Indy will receive 1 point. Goldberg will receive 4. Gage Goldberg, not Bill. Sasha will receive 7, and Malachi Black will receive 10 points towards his final total, which takes us to our year-to-date standings. And Malachi Black has now jumped to the number 4 spot on the year. He has, with his first place victory this week, he has leapfrogged Bianca Belair and the Killer Karrion Kross on his rampage towards the number 1 spot. Top 3 still remain the same: Roman Reigns, Kenny Omega, Matt Cardona. And as you notice, we have retroactively removed Matt Cardona from the 10th place spot because you all are assholes and y'all can't let me not have a moment to not be great. So just wanted to make mention that at the top of the top 10, with everyone there with 10 points, Cool Cow.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
It's broken.
So just beyond the graphic, below the 10 points, I just want to clarify. Gage Goldberg is on our list. Bill Goldberg is not.
That's accurate.
Gage Goldberg shares some. Do you want me to tell you who he has more points than?
I'd love to hear
Yes,
this.
please do that.
ROH stalwart Dragon Lee, Shotzi Blackheart, Kevin Owens, Alexa Bliss, Eva Marie, Andrade El Idolo, both members of MSK, the Big Kushida, Killian McMurphy, winner of the ECWA Super 8 for 2021, Josh Alexander from Impact, Sheamus, Raquel Gonzalez, and Christian Cage, Adam Cole, and Chris Jericho. What? Oh. He has just as many points as Adman Burke.
That warms the cock. Who's doing the Lord's work now?
Yeah, that's our list. Thank you, Ryan.
Since John Moxley and Cesaro, way before Gargano, there was Savage and Roddy